compared to today, like think about it. Adam Levine.
You can
right?
get around it today, bro.
You
can literally press unsend on a message, bro.
You can,
That's
but
unheard
you
of.
can't because again, think about we started this whole conversation with Adam Levine. He literally got caught out cheating. And it's because you think, hey, I know this person. I have a rapport with this person. I like this person. And I may be somebody of status or whatever the case. We might be kicking and vibing. And you just decide one day you're going to, quote unquote, expose me. You're going to put me out on blast. The receipts, like you said, digital footprints. I had a tweet today where I was like, yo, I wish there was a feature. I wish there was an option where you could subscribe and say, hey, when I pass, I want my digital footprint to be deleted. I want my social media pages to be gone. I want my MySpace from 2003 to be gone. I want me to be gone from the internet. Because what happens is, and as we're getting older, and I don't know if our listeners experiencing this as well, but I'm starting to see a lot of people transition and pass away at ages that you think are young, right?
Yeah.
30 years old, 29 years old, 20,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Okay.
It's like, oh my God, this is gonna live forever. Let's say you don't have the luxury of giving somebody your password. Like for me, I have all of my passwords. It's printed out. And it's in a safe where my mom has a copy of these things.
Oh, same.
A lot of people, you know, my close family, my brothers, whatever,
My accounts.
they have a copy of everything that's written. It's not in the cloud because I don't trust the cloud.
Me too.
But it's printed out
Yeah.
and it's, hey, if anything, God forbid, if anything were to happen to me, I want you to have access to this and I want you to do right by me by getting rid of me on the internet. I don't want you to be able to visit my social media pages when I'm gone. I don't want you to be able to go on Twitter and say, oh, he said this or he felt this or he was going through that because it may not be indicative of who I am while I lived on this earth.
Okay.
Right? We didn't have to worry about that 20 years.
Okay.
When that person was gone, you lived with their memory, you lived with their photo that you had, and that was it, right? Today, I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago, a fucking week ago. I am not that same person. So if I do, God forbid, transition unexpectedly, early, prematurely, it's like, all right, where is the feature that says, hey, I want to be respectful of that person's time here on earth, and let's eradicate that digital footprint. So when it comes back to cheating, I just want to bring this all full circle. It's like you can't erase it. It doesn't go away. If it's on the internet, it is on the internet. I have a story real quick. I have a friend who he's in
He's in these streets.
No, he's not even in these streets. He's in these governments, right?
Oh, shit.
Meaning, high level government, Secret Service kind of situations. And he was like, hey, yo, it's so easy to figure out who people are. All you need is a first and a last name. Yeah. And if you don't have the first and the last name, I can figure out anything you need to know, bro. You tell me and I can, get whatever you need, right? And he also said, nothing gets erased from the internet. Nothing.
Even if you delete a tweet?
There is nothing that gets erased from the internet. So once it is out into the world, somebody can go get that. Somebody can go dig that up.
Okay.
And even going into music. The whole Young Thug and Gunna situation. It's speculated that somebody who was in jail at the time of one of the hits, and this is all alleged.
Okay.
In Atlanta, they made a phone call from a jail phone.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, if you're on a jail phone, the call is being recorded.
It's being monitored. Yeah.
It's the first thing they say.
Yeah.
I've been on plenty of jail calls, and I remember this is being recorded. Yeah. So, and it doesn't matter what year it happened. It doesn't matter what jail it happens. If they want to find it, they'll find it.
Right.
And it's the same thing for the internet.
Right. Oh, so that's what you say. You know what I was? I forgot. I wanted to say something so piggybacking off of what you're saying as far as technology and things not being able to be erased. For me personally, I don't want my digital footprint to be erased. And I'm speaking for me because I want my family to be able to exploit whatever they need from my name. And I feel like if I erase myself from the internet, I erase all memory of me and I die.
Give us the option though. Because you feel like that and I feel different.
Can I be honest with you?
Of course.
Whatever I walked on this earth and whatever I put out into this universe consciously, whether it be torn apart, whether it be interpreted a certain way, that's what I said, and that's what I did, and that's what I put out into the universe. Yeah. So that's what me. It's like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna live this life and say, okay, well, I don't really want you to see this part, but I posted it. I think that's a weird thing that we do in social media today, where it doesn't feel like a real place. And when we say things, we don't think about like, hey, that I said that. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, that's there forever. Like I think about these things like, yo, this is there forever. So even when I argue with people in comments, I'm very careful. Like, do I want this there? I'm like, no, I don't really want this there. There's plenty of times I've written a fucking crazy comment back to someone and I go, nah, that ain't it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't like that vibe from me. Me personally, I would like to keep my likeness on the internet because that is the time capsule to keep me alive for a very long time. And I feel like my family can monetize that. I feel like
legacy.
it's a part of my legacy.
Somebody like you, yeah.
And I'm speaking from someone like me perspective, right?
Course,
like where my legacy, I want my YouTube page for years to come to people like, yo, the living weirdo. Like, look at this page. Like, I built up 1 million subscribers. Like, this is kind of like, hey, take a look at what I did and achieved. You know, like, so for me,
I'm not mad at that. I
yeah,
understand that.
I don't.
I just want an option.
You know, I get
because
you.
personally, for me, no matter what I achieve, I want the people who I've impacted in real life, or
Right.
however you want to celebrate, whatever it is that I may have done, and even if you
Right.
don't want to celebrate,
Right.
I just want I don't want you to be able to just access my social media if I'm not here.
I understand.
Because it's eerie